Let's kick things off with Wade and Brandon as they head out for their first hunt of the event.
I've known Brandon for a while. He's been to the camp before for the turkey bass smash, and I've just got a lot of respect for Brandon, how he carries himself in the fishing industry, what he does, and how he does it. And so I was excited for him to come into camp to the point that I said, hey, I'll grab the camera. We're a little short-handed this week, and I'll even be Brandon's camera guy.
Me and Wade, I've got Wade Middleton. He's filming for me. You guys have seen him on the show. So I feel like I've got a pretty good guy in my corner. And this is a guy that knows Texas whitetails probably as good as anyone. And so I was so excited that, you know, I had everything in my room, packed away, brought it out in the morning, hung my bow up on the post where we practice shoot. And lo and behold, just drove off and left it there.
And usually on opening morning or anytime you're going to the stand to go bow hunting, that is something that you need in order to go hunting, in order to get your deer. So we're going to kind of wait around for Brandon, see when he shows up and kind of poke him a little bit, but something tells me he'll be back very soon to come get this because it is quite essential on this hunt.
Something tells me you might need this.
It helps. I just didn't want to crowd the other guys in the back seat. We were going to continue on to what is famously known as the killing tree, and we didn't make it there because we had to come back, get my bow. We knew there were some deer in that area, and we didn't want to screw it up, right? We were going to get in there too late, and it just wasn't worth blowing them out. So we actually went to a different area, which we call the backfield, and we snuck in there, got into a box blind. That was my first time ever being in a box blind. So, you know, a lot of new experiences this week for me. But we got in there, started seeing some deer. You know, I actually saw one shooter buck, but he never came into range. He kind of snuck around through the brush behind and never got a shot at him. And, you know, that was kind of our morning hunt. This week we've been using the Yamaha R-Max LE. We're in the 4-seater. I'm familiar with this machine. It's the same one I have at home, except mine's in blue. And first thing that I noticed when I drove one of these is the comfort. You can just drive across this rocky, nasty South Texas dirt and you don't feel it. From a comfort level, that's one thing, but also when you're packing your bow and all of your gear, your camera equipment, you don't want that stuff bouncing around back there. And it actually makes a difference on that, right? I mean, you kind of have that peace of mind that it's not just gonna bounce out or your sights aren't gonna get knocked loose. There's so many features that are well thought out features that really make that the total package for a machine.
Learn more about all the proven off-road side-by-sides Yamaha offers at YamahaOutdoors.com. Let's join back up with Brandon as he heads out with Wade to the infamous killing tree.
We are in the infamous killing tree, and just like Wade had said, like there'll be some does start showing up, and they did. We had some does and fawns. I just love being that close to those animals, right? You're just watching them be wild, do their normal thing. They don't know you're there. You're just sitting there in the tree, letting deer be deer. Next thing you know, I mean, just like the ghosts that they are, all of a sudden he just appears out of the brush. And it didn't take very long to figure out he was going to be a shooter. Wade tells me, you know, like he's going to hang behind them trees 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and he's like, he'll probably work his way this direction. And I thought, this buck's not coming back. Like, he's just gonna feed his way out and he's gonna be gone. And that's gonna be my chance at this shooter buck. And Wade's like, man, he's still right there, he's right there. 15 more minutes goes by. Here he comes walking on back, and I'm like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen here. That one got my knee shaking. It looked like it smoked him. I don't even know what to say. That's the first buck I've ever shot at with my bow. Oh my gosh. I don't think he ran too far. It sounded like we could hear him. Just, I don't know, he can't be that far, but we could hear him pretty good. It shows up good on that white rock. Jeez. There he is. Oh man. Gosh. Opened him right up. First buck.
That's awesome.
With a bow.
That's awesome.
Freaking sweet. Couldn't believe, you know, that I'd finally gotten one with my bow. I've spent quite a few hours and days and weeks out in the woods, you know, elk hunting and chasing different animals, and I haven't been able to capitalize on opportunities like that. And finally was able to, you know, get my hands on a really cool, awesome Southwest Texas buck. It's exciting, right? To put in the work and then be able to have that reward in your hand, right? That's something that I can tell this story to my friends and my family back home. And also that's gonna be the meat that we live on when we travel across the country competing in tournaments, right? We travel in a big RV, we fill the freezer full of the meat that we harvest from that fall before, and that's what we live on. So there's so much that comes from it, not only for myself, but also that I'm able to share with my friends and family.
Congratulations, Brandon, on your first whitetail buck with a bow.